Hi, my name is Todd Fisher. I'm from Brooklyn, New York, originally from Mansfield, Ohio. I've been in New York City for the last 7 years now, and I f***ing love it. No, I can't say that. I was always a sort of artistic child. I also played sports. I ran track. I went to a community college in Kansas and, ran track out there, won a national championship. I left Kansas. I went back to school in Ohio and hated it there. Dropped out of school and moved to New York. My mother was diagnosed with triple negative breast cancer in August of 2013 and brain cancer in September of 2013. She ended up passing away on December 5th, 2014 from complications of breast cancer and brain cancer. My youngest brother, Barry Jr., came to live with me in November of 2014, and I have taken over guardianship of him. She was my biggest fan. She believed in me from the very beginning when my clothing was horrible. You know what I mean? She told me she thought that I was amazing, and it's those words of encouragement that really kept me going. And I owe so much of who I am today to her, because she's encouraged me, she's inspired me to chase this dream. That's one of the reasons I want to go on Project Runway, is to really live up to the expectations that my mother had of me. And I would love this opportunity to make her proud. It just sucks that she's not around to see everything that I'm going to do, because I have my whole life ahead of me and she won't be here. My clothes are different because I don't use any animals whatsoever, from the thread to obviously the fabrics I choose to the linings. I don't use horsehair in my jackets. I don't use beeswax on my thread. Everything's vegan, and it's a political statement, and you actually have a message, and you still make women look incredibly beautiful, all while getting your message out there to people that it is possible to change the world. I initially went vegan when my mother was diagnosed with cancer. We did it together, so to speak. She, changed her diet to a raw, vegan, plant-based diet, and I did the same. At this point in my life, I'm definitely vegan for my health, but even more so for animal reasons. What inspires me as a designer is powerful women who are self-confident, who radiate beauty and feel confident in their own skin and aren't afraid to wear something that most others wouldn't, but at the same time most others would still admire them. So my aesthetic as a designer, I really look at silhouette. I really enjoy a very timeless silhouette on a woman and making it modern. The cut of the garment, the way it shapes a woman's body, or the way a woman shapes the garment. My design goals are kind of simple. I really just want to break into the industry. I want to start my own business. I want to specialize in evening wear and ladies tailoring. That's where I find the most joy in working, is in mixing the two of those together. I need other people to open their eyes and see that what's going on is wrong, and that people need to make a change, and they can still look just as beautiful, if not more beautiful, than they did when they were using animal textiles. It's not that difficult, and I'm here to prove to everybody that it can be done and that you can still be extremely stylish. And I need Project Runway to give me that platform.